Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to AR1 vs 1 on the river crossing. Kameraden und Comrades. We shall be watching a P-Money, the Soviet gangster rapper here fighting for the Soviet Union. Taking out for the 127th Rifle Corps versus Quicksilver of the Kampfgruppe 1. Commanders are Counterattack, Lend-Lease Tactics and Shock Rifle versus Quicksilver with Luftwaffe Supply, Mechanized Assault and Close Air Support. The Kampfgruppe here apparently being very heavy on support from the Luftwaffe, a rarity in these days. Bonds are being noting numerous conscripts popping up. We're noting here that P-Money is already spreading out, but as Quicksilver also actually seems to be slightly spreading out, although there might be a focus on the right hand side. Rather depends on what happens here. Conscripts moving up here. First engagement of the day by the river side, where the conscripts open up there and the pioneers. Pioneers pulling up behind some crates, though they are not going to be in the 48 side here, with the conscripts now slightly better at range, so at least they can present a bit more threat to opponents not on cover there. And there we go, we are seeing here that Quicksilver rushes his men with Quicksilver speed over to support. Well, Mercurial speed as opposed to better. Anyways, Pioneers who need to fall back. I might suggest just fully retreating those, but apparently sort of want to sort of ensure the conscripts don't rush in, at least having some support there. Grenadiers trying to find a nice position of sort of fire at the conscript on flank position. Pioneers just need to fall back here. I imagine he's trying to get to a position so he can fully retreat before, without having them say choose a path that runs them right in front of the conscript right here so far. Engagement, thanks for having a heavy cover here, turns out well. Building choice here, not good for Quicksilver. Again, no. Then again, seems to be able to firing out of these windows, perhaps not all bad. Third Kampf squad here. The defense of the Kampfgruppe continues to hold on in the face of a Soviet assault here. And MG42 setting up here. Conscripts might be able to get in. And no Molotov yet. And there MG42 opens up, stopping them right before they reach heavy cover, right in front of the Grenadiers. Heavy losses here for P-Monies. Conscripts leaving many a dead Russian man. Well, leaving many a Russian man dead. I said about... Oh, I slightly messed up the order there, didn't I? How silly. And we're noting an immediate mine up here from P-Money to cover the fuel point here. Not a bad path, since he's rather figuring to come from here. They're likely going to hit there. He could also set one up here in case they decide to sneak up through that angle. But further pushes up here. The Pioneers actually just sending his extremely depleted Pioneer squad up there to sort of do the work there. Not bad thinking, I suppose. Grenadiers moving up here. You mind me changing so far most of the map.
This is our sector now.
Having nicely delayed Quicksilver here. And bought himself more time to sort of gain map, in particular gain a fuel advantage over his fascist opponent.
Waiting for your command.
That's definitely going to give him a bit of a head start. There we go, counter-attacking. Flank of the MG40 exposed. Infantry not nearby to support. He's spread out a bit, and they go. He's going to get a fourth Grenadier squad. Conscripts there taking losses. And they're going to be forced to one part of this sword, but at the same time these Grenadiers are not quite... There we go, Molotov as well. Molotov and MG42. The Grenadiers were able to largely cripple the conscripts, but they need to fall back. Fall back, and the... Oh, they might be too late. And we're seeing here, before I was so rudely interrupted, the troops in a poor condition. He's likely going to lose a Grenadier squad down retreat. Heavy loss there, heavy loss there. Quicksilver was sadly not quick enough there to pull back his men.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Another squad pushing up the centre, pushing up the left flank as well. Commies here could go down, he could go down. He could get some vengeance for those Kameraden lost to those Bolshevik bastards, but no. Success is not with him this day. Meanwhile, the guys are pushed back here. Overall, a bit of a slaughter here for the Kampfgruppe. Many men were lost. Not as many Russians were lost in return that time around. Guys moving up here, already down one man. Oh, Scheiße.
Forces are neutralizing a sector.
And there went an entire Grenadier squad. That was pretty quickly brutal.
Soviet HQ now
Replacement
in
infantry
close
is on the way, but
hospital.
that's definitely going to be a bit hard to replace rapidly, and that's definitely also going to further serve as a delay here for Quicksilver. He's got back to about 3 Grenadier squads. He's still lost 2 squads without really implementing a serious force response. I mean, he's certainly drained him a bit of the squads in there, so not fully bad, but still losing 2 squads like that will hurt him and will certainly also set him a bit back. One counter-attack element going in here, Grenadiers supporting an MG42, while the other Grenadiers moving up, converging here. Counter squad heavily flanking it, but getting flanked itself.
We are ready.
Conscripts here, catching those troops out in the open. A bit of a messy engagement as he moves forward. Going to take up position in that house.
Hold fast. They're pushing the middle.
There you go, another engagement. Conscripts closing in, and the Grenadiers, all the Grenadiers to get off the damage. And there we go, Molotov, but there you go, shifting away. But another Grenadier goes down. Another squad also being pushed away there. Bit of an ugly situation here for Quicksilver. He's encountering some pretty serious resistance. We do see some pioneers now with March who's going for this viewpoint. While the squad flanks in here, going for that cut-off pointers. They're hoping to perhaps sneak up behind Quicksilver and do some damage there.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Not entirely sure what's going on there. My apologies. If you're noting the slight odds with frame rate here, my apologies. I have not entirely sure what's going on here.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Happens from time to time, I suppose. At least isn't as bad as it was with Fraps.
Good work,
A point there being
This
secured.
now belongs to
We
us.
are ready to go, comrades.
Grenadiers here also gefechtsbereit. Nice little S minefield here. Of course, a minesweeper could turn that around, but so far looks like P-Money does not have that. We do see a support weapon company up as well.
Enemy forces are
Contact flaying up there, and now we do see here that Quicksilver's position is actually a bit surrounded here. Rather endangered, in fact. We actually see he's turning back his MG4 to sort of deal with that, which at the same time then leaves this part open. Very grim situation there for...
Squad standing by.
Hang on. Anyway, it's back again.
Your orders, comrade.
Tricking about there. Quicksilver basically losing control with the entire map here. Striking where he wants, and again, my apologies for these technical issues. Not entirely sure what is up here. Not entirely sure what is.
Da, tovarish. You need something built?
Which is a bit unfortunate.
Soldiers ready.
Conjure sneaking in from several sides. S-Man's going off there. Blowing up in the face of several combats. These pioneers could also be lost. He just needs to retreat right now. Fall back.
Under fire!
Grenadier squad's not looking to go there. Looks like they're pushing for here. The MD42 might want to set up for a better covering position. Its left flank is utterly exposed. And there you go, the pioneers being pushed away. Fuel point is a bit secure, but at the same time, all he can do now is basically stall his opponent from getting it back. Maxim's now pulling up for as well for P-Money.
Conscripts here. Squad at full strength. Engineers have secured the sector. We are losing
Victory
supplies
point
to
advantage
the
on the
enemy.
other hand here for Quicksilver, but that's about it really at the moment. Looks like he's assembling a fresh Grenadier force. He could have taken that, but apparently he's very insistent on those 4 Grenadiers and an MG42. He could also have 3 Grenadiers and two MG42s or something else, but looks like in this case he's opting for quite an infantry presence of the earlier kind, and now going for a light mechanized company, a bit delayed perhaps. He could have had some Panzer Grenadiers out earlier as well, I suppose, but looks like he opted for the Grenadiers. Then he at least should now maybe consider getting some light machine guns up for them, increasing their firepower, versus the conscripts, making things a bit harder.
There are no cowards here.
Low roll for P-Money.
Waiting for your command. We have an isolated
Maxim
sector.
number 2, he's going pretty heavy there on machine guns. Actually having quite an impressive tier 1 force as well here for P-Money, with quite a bit of infantry with quite a few support weapons. And there we go, now being able to sort of stall up any German counterattacks towards here. Minesweeper's up. So I hope we do see that.
This territory is ours.
Mr. Quicksilver's initial force there met with quite a bit of resistance. He does have the other fuel point now, and actually a bit more unusual to see the map split in this kind of way. Usually you see it sort of more along the river, but in this case it's more along the road as sort of the dividing point here. MG42 here, not quite well positioned. The constant group to sneak past. He did not have it supported either. Now the Grenadiers will have to launch it quite. There's his counterattack, which will easily turn bloody, though at the same time most of the Maxims are over here, so that might not quite happen either way, though we're going to see him being for the cut-off points first. Can Quicksilver, well, swift as lightning or whatever, break in and stop this before it's too late. And there you go, Maxim's providing quite a blocking group. And he seems heading up here to sort of deny any troops arriving from here. Definitely a bit of a boss. We do see a scout carrier arriving for Quicksilver. Like the Panzer Speedwagons appointing the Kampfgruppe. Conscripts there. Running into a bit of issues and being pushed off the field.
HMG crew is ready.
Basically having the entire left side and the left side of the base under lockdown there. And again having a few point call off here. P-Money definitely playing aggressively and smartly so far. We can recover the scout car and they'll go rushing up. He's probably just making him think he has anti-tank guns, of course he doesn't at the moment. Oh, S-Minefield up here. That was actually not entirely bad, though not quite covering either. He needs to strike back here somewhere, although both Maxims here currently pointing towards the base. The scout car could hit them in the side right now and actually do some damage. No, he seems to be heading for the centre front of it.
We are bleeding,
So nasty play here, followed up with a mechanized armor company here for P-Money.
Anti-grenades now available to all conscripts.
Grenadiers flanking in. There goes scout car pushing in. Anti-tank grenades, by the way, are now available here for the conscripts, but no, they actually pull back. And now we do see the Maxims open. This is the time here for Quicksilver to strike and get down some Teutonic vengeance. And there we go. We see most of P-Money's forces now on the way again on the run. And once more, Quicksilver is back to struggling to regain some territory. The way P-Money so far has played has been rather aggressive and have been able to take advantage again of those lacking Grenadier squads initially. More Pioneers, a pack as well. Probably are not insensibly worried about any kind of armour. We hear that Mr. Quicksilver's thinking here, realising in what the current situation has been. Lots of harassment towards his fuel. And so on, which probably leaves him a bit behind, so he's going for a pack there to sort of shore things up just in case.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Surprisingly enough, you're not seeing any kind of light machine gun so far for the Grenadiers. Now the minesweeper though, clearly worried about enemy mines. And there you go, SS-76 assault gun moving up. A bit reckless here by P-Money. He's using a bit like a tank. Perhaps not too much in this case, but still have to be careful. I mean, one nasty strike with the Panzerfaust, the scout car could probably have it outmaneuvered, getting behind it and firing into the exposed rear then. So that's a bit something yes, we cover that. Continue fighting here for the central road. And there you go, barrage from the SS-76. Nope. What was that? Apparently it wasn't.
Yes?
Bunker up there not being upgraded yet. And there we go. Definitely a bad move here. He's moving ahead like a tank. And now there we go. Pat gets it. I mean, don't use your assault gun like a tank. Always have something, if possible, spot for it. This was pretty much just hubris. And in this case, has served Quicksilver quite nicely. More Maxims pushing in there. Scout car though needs to get away. Question is, can it escape?
Under fire!
And we're seeing here that his left flank is quite exposed. He's going to need to move something there. There you go, scout car kaput.
Ready for action.
And apparently managed to stop his Grenadiers inside the bunker. That's a bit unfortunate. Another vicious assault coming in here though. No sign of commander still. Interesting enough as well from both players. Kind Commandant. I mean, he does have a few options now. He could, for example, go mechanized assault, call in some assault grenadiers, mechanized assault group units E. And there we go, mechanized assault has been chosen. And there we go, Sturmgeschütz Ausführung E has been pulled up from some training unit or from some musty depot. By the way, the assault gun is ready. And it is catching on fire as the building is locked with frangibles. And there you go, the Stug moves up. Needs to be a bit careful here, but of course anti-tank grenades being a problem. And they need to retreat, zurückfallen. But note here, unlike his opponent, he's not using it like a tank. So Quicksilver here displaying some much more sounder assault gun tactics so far. Cons, we need to be careful. There you go, nice shot there from a Stug. Another hit there in already. 3 shots, 3 kills. 4 shots, 3 kills, oh well. Still could keep pushing, but of course at the same time he's probably worried he might have something to worry about. Something that could quickly send his Stug out for the count. Spotting mines, and demo charge now being laid down as well here by P-Money. Rushing in his Sturmgeschütz.
Grenadiers reporting.
Looks like he's setting up for a larger assault here. Maxim in trouble. Stug so far being sort of rushed here and there, but not really getting in that many hits anymore. He could consider getting some assault grenadiers to push in a bit there. And what is this? KV-1 arriving here for P-Money, the Clement Volishilov. Heavy tank, so he's gone for counter-attack, a bit rare since we've seen that one as well. The KV-1 having now a better gun than previously, does more damage. And I believe it also got better rear armor. So heavy armor here added to the mix, noting some S-Mart here as well. Looks like he's actually going to flank the KV-1 here with a Stug, but still has a bit of low penetration, as in this case due to the range the Stug actually has a chance of deflecting a shot. So that was a bit of lag. Again, note, range now determines sort of penetration on a lot of the anti-tank weapons, or well, gun weapons, tank and assault gun weapons, so that's something to keep in mind.
Captain, the enemy is taking our territory.
Something to keep in mind. Stug firing away there. Pack 40 supporting. Grenadiers here planting a larger country squad. Back there, both veteran 2 now. Stug, ow, bit too close, but at the same time, misses still. Good Lord, Heinz. You're supposed to be part of the artillery. It's the elite. Which in fact was what assault gun crews were. And there we go, nice hit there. Other gun is here. Oh, Quicksilver might be pushing things a bit again. Slow to retreat. There we go, another gun has got lost. Veterans 2. More infantry moving up. K1 here harassing the left side, although taking a swift Panzerfaust to the face. It's not sit well with it.
The Russians are coming!
Our opponents are
Too well, we
seizing
have close to
the
Veterans
sector.
1.
Contact.
Keeps firing, doesn't quite hit. There we go. Definitely caused some problems here for the Maxim crew. But now we do see a field gun moving up here. Stug needs to get away. Does manage to get one more hit, and Veterans 1.
Under automatic fire!
A small victory there.
How can we help?
Panzergun is on the way. Also, I think Grenadiers there for has been sent to support the comfortable bit.
Assault gun standing by.
With another K1 here for money, adding in quite a bit of heavy armor for him, whereas
Stuck here.
what Quicksilver has is an assault gun of the older kind.
Grenadiers standing
That's
by.
definitely not going to be quite able to deliver the same kind of pressure, though.
Ready!
Though he does have veterans on both Pack 40 and Stuggy, so he has some chance to have some target weak points. And stunning it. Come on, target weak point. A second pack up, so clearly again, knowing what his weaknesses are. Nice there, and of course, up close you actually have higher penetration, just like a range less. Up close, really close, I mean you get higher. Constable there trying to attack, getting off anti-tank grenade, but taking heavy loss there to the Stug. The Sturmgeschütz, Panzerman's arriving. Conscript making away, K1 is flanking in. Pack 40 needs to turn.
Kampfwagen is ready.
And there we go, P-Money's KV-1 heavy tank moves in for the base. Gets a nasty grenade hit there, Panzerfaust going off.
Territory.
Pack 40 could move up there.
Ready for orders.
And now the armor's being thrown off, all the Pack 40's pointing in the wrong direction. Oh, there we go, turning again.
We have 300 points remaining.
Quicksilver under quite a bit of pressure.
The
a few assault guns now, firing a few barrages could do wonders against the packs. There you go. Looks like he's setting up sort of here on the retreat path.
Stuck here.
Panzer firing on us!
Get that storm, get shots moving, Quicksilver.
Heavy Panzer trying to kill us.
Panzer caught out in the open. And there goes Stuki ready. K1 moving in right in front of the pack 40. Nice hit there. Veterans increasing rate of fire. And there we go. Caught between the killing zone there. Two pack 40s. It goes down.
Machine gun opened up on us!
Maxim down. Almost. Or at least out of the fight for now. Going back here to P Money in time for the mid-game analysis. Country changes. Quicksilver is definitely rather corner, though he's starting to sort of gain strength. He's got a bit of assault artillery here in the form of the Stug Ausführung A. He's got some packs to sort of present harm here to the enemy armor, and has actually knocked out 1K1. He's still got some support weapons, but now he really needs to get pushing. My apologies there. And with having the Stugi, he could certainly push up here, maybe having the mortar support as well, but get things back here initially and then push towards here maybe would work out as well. A fuel cache could also be an idea. I mean, currently he could try and take up, or he could try and play here at the Tiger tank, which of course now is actually also 11 command points. Basically all heavy armor has received one more point, so it's basically a bit harder to reach. So that's also something to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Though of course it is going to take him further time to actually hit that. Of course if you can get this, it's going to probably not that long. So that's something to consider. But again, he needs to sort of get this back initially and then sort of trying to push more for control. Using the Stugi as a pivotal unit, basically blasting things here and there and doing lots of nice damage to his opposing infantry. He should also consider upgrading some of his grenadiers with a light machine gun eventually, I think. For P Money, he should keep up the pressure. He needs to consider being a bit more careful with his K1s, and he also needs to get some assault guns or maybe a Katyusha and begin bombarding. More specifically, he needs to hunt down those pack 40s. Wiping them out without those pack 40s, Quicksilver will be a lot more vulnerable. Of course, he also has a few other options, including going for a B4 howitzer instead, and also he should consider perhaps using for Mother Rush and getting a bit of an infantry boost in the line to sort of quickly overcome some of the positions here, sprinting ahead, taking less damage, doing more damage, or he could use that with all those conscript squads and other units to sort of quickly overwhelm Quicksilver, I think, in one swift blow if he considers it properly. Otherwise, just lay down a lot more mines. He's got tons of munitions, but sadly does not seem to be utilising it, which is a definite shame. But let's return to the fight. Let's see what happens. Oh, scheiße. Grenadiers went out there. Grenadiers need to fall back a bit. And there go pack 40 shot on the other hand, bouncing in far range from the KV-1. There we go, the one shot penetrates.
We are ready.
While the Stuki continues to ruin Soda assaults over here on the right flank.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Okay, one needs to be careful here. If that demo charge goes off while it's near to it, that's going to go well, painful. But so far, it looks like his opponent is not trying to hunt it down, which I suppose is something here for P Money and his crew. Stugi shifting over here. Ooh, that could actually all of a sudden turn into the KV-1 getting blasted. Oh dear, he looks like might be using a bit like a tank. Aggressive, but there he goes up here on the conscripts.
Meat has arrived.
He's actually now bombarding the sandbag positions. Wanting to deny his opponents with cover. I suppose you can use your Stugi for that.
We are losing territory.
Pack 40 trying to get a KV-1. A bit slow though, a bit too slow.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Getting back the fuel point over here, right flank of the fleet. Counterattack could easily dislodge. Particular will for Mother Rush, but so far P Money seems not interested in using that.
They've opened up on us!
Pushing across, getting stopped by the Maxim and the K1 itself. Oh, very close to the demo charge as well. Zurückfahren. Oh, another transport lost there. That was not good. That was not good. fact, that was quite the opposite of good.
I am getting
Not sure what he's trying to support what's going to do this, and there you go, assault gun on the way here for Quicksilver.
Your command?
Oh, well, not Quicksilver anyway, so she's on the way for P-Money. HS-76, or Stug 3E, close to Veterancy 2. Few guys have been caught out in the open negative cover by the conscripts. Looks like they might be able to quickly turn things around here.
We are targets! For the Rajina!
There you go, getting close.
New units have arrived. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Setting up to sort of cut down some use and retreat. Might be able to get it. Not quite. No, constant ramming. Another K1 available. HS-76 moving up here. What shall P-Money do next? He could also get himself an HS-5. That could also quite a bit of a benefit there versus Shugi, but that so far also is only real threat. And there you go. Another HS-6 moving in. K1 just charging in. I think here P-Money might have slightly lost it. He's lucky though that his opponent didn't fire target weak one. Now the K1 catching up in the open. There you go. Looks like he's hoping to reveal it right there for the SS6 to bombard. Shooting a bit poorly here.
Infantry engaging us.
Well, there we go. Nice hit there, wiping out half the pack crew.
Awaiting command.
Veteran 2 maximum crew there, halting gun is not marching too much farther. And there you go, the Stuggy spotting attack. And there we go, Veteran 2. Oh, looks like the actual update is actually receiving shirts and Veteran 2. Previously did not get that, by the way.
76 ready for action.
Right there, a swift assault there, killing a few conscripts. And leaving it a bit more armoured.
Replacements have arrived.
Troops there need to reinforce. And there you go, conscript trying to charge straight on, taking a direct hit there from the strongest shots. Another loss there. 20 kills so far on the street. Shot there, failed to penetrate, and there you go. SS6 is moving in, but straight in front of the pack 40. They could be in a bit of a dangerous situation. Oh dear, oh dear. He's using them like tanks. And right in front of the Stuggy, a note here. Stuggy now with higher frontal armor, of course, and the high rate of fire will have the advantage, plus the pack 40 here. That was definitely not well played there by P-Money. I think he might have gone a bit overconfident there. Seems to me he gets that a bit from time to time all of a sudden. Either way, gave Quicksilver essentially a free kill right there. And also put his Stuggy close to Veterancy 3.
The motherland grows.
Need to get a repair though.
Your predecessor died a hero.
On the left side is wide open. A demo charge here, but overall not a lot else. Has been assault charging in, not quite succeeding. Pack 40's here, firing. Nice, his left field gun also moving up. Cantabus actually somehow managed to overcome the Veteran 2 maximum despite everything. That's impressive, though that's not going to last.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory. The enemy is reduced.
And there you go, field gun slightly pointing in the right direction, giving the Stuggy some chance there to try and kill the crew.
Yes, comrade.
Just beyond the arc of fire, but let's man field up here, so country squad finally went down.
We have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Another KB could be an idea. SU-85 or SU-6. Country charging straight into the MG-42 fire here, only back here in the slight bastion of wood and dirt. Looks like the field gun here going down. Yes, rifle grenade clears out the crew. Leaving the opening here for the almost Veteran 3 Stuggy. One more hit there, one more kill. And that's going to have a much higher rate of fire, but he needs to get repaired soon and quickly in the fight again more aggressively, because he's got something in to sort of really punish his opponent's infantry and even present a light threat if somehow managed to flank his enemy's armor due to this high rate of fire and high mobility.
All set.
Mines up there.
Here standing by.
Laying down a mine in a minefield. Devious, in particular
need
into S
something
minefields.
the
Once that
most?
goes off, there's a chance of the surrounding S mines going off. Definitely Devious right there by P Money. Oh, he's clearing it out. He's clearing it out. I'm a bit disappointed in that. I would have hoped he'd sort of try and get a double effect. If not anything, place down more mines to sort of really get some nasty effect there. Just my fault though. Is he saving up for B4 or what? Oh! Tiger has arrived in support of the Kampfgruppe. Tiger now, of course, has actually received a slight change in pricing, actually, I believe. Costs less manpower but more fuel. Also, it has more penetration now. And also, of course, the area effect, the splash damage is a bit more mean now. That's something to keep in mind here. Tiger gets off a nice hit there. Stugi gaining veterans in 3. Wiping out those combat engineers. While the Tiger gets off a few more kills as well. And another Grenadier squad went down here by the looks of it for Quicksilver. There we go, immediate response to the sighting of the Tiger. This again himself initiated 5, not bad. Tiger immediately moves up, he opens up there with the K1. Battle fails to hit at that range. Come on, Helmut.
Taking fire!
SU-6 there, close to Vections 1. And there go the SU-5. Now with a higher penetration, also slightly lower frontal armor though. And there we go. Gets off a nice hit on the Tiger. Pack 40 those days to shoot. Fire Freileiter. Bit dangerous there. Could lose their veterans if fleet through there. So the SU-6 looks like somehow the SU-6 is shooting a bit over. Allowing the Pack 40 to escape. Though the SU-85 is doing its damage to actually knock it out. Country squad moving in front of the Tiger tank. Be careful here. One good hit from the Tiger could spill instant doom, and there we go. Certainly it's now more lethal to infantry than before. I think it might actually... Nah, never mind. Stugi actually now being held back. I think he could try and punish with that and a bit more as well. Tiger though could do with some repairs. Could he be thinking of going for the B4? And there goes Stugi basically stopping an entire conscript squad, rapidly tearing through them with high explosive shells. Vicious work right there.
Yes, comrade. Soldiers ready.
Vicious work right there. Although I don't actually ever think the Stu-G received any armoured skirts. By that time it had already been upgraded to the Stu-G. I believe, in fact, they were quite quick about upgrading the chassis on the Stug. Very quick, in fact. They're also quick about armouring it up. Little fun fact there. Little fun fact. But looks like actually he went... another K1 again. I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking. Could he be going for more armor, or is he going for the B4? And there we go. K1 moving forward, coming out of the field, got and the Stugi. Stugi though at max range, really not having much chance against the K1's armor. Still though the K1 is forced away in the face of this.
What do you need?
SU-6 firing another liberally aimed barrage, if you will. Actually down to over here to Quicksilver. His Tiger leading the charge. Excellent hit there, knocking out the entire crew. Coming out from the SU-5 and the KB-1. SU-6 should also be quick to provide support here. And there we go. Wipes out the Pioneer unit by the looks of it. SU-5 here, by the way, getting very close to Veterans U1. But the Tiger here, less than half health, is immediately forced to fall back here in the face of pretty spirited Soviet counterattacks. There's a slight chance he could actually flank with the Stooky and actually maybe even knock out the H-35 before this chance react if he can get off a target weak point first into the exposed rear of it. I mean, it would be a bit ballsy, but I think it could work. Pushing out some not fully reinforced squads here. But at the same time, he's got full pop cams, so can't do much about it. Stooky continues to covering fire. Massive assault going up here, need to be careful. Another barrage straight into the horde of the master troops here. Closing in on Veteran 2 and a higher rate of fire. But doesn't seem to quite have any success. There we go, another H-35 arrives here for P-Money, adding in quite a bit of tank destroyer action. Need to be careful of the Pack 40. He's doing his best. The H-6 in fact needs to fall back. That was close. Small force setting up here again. Actually, if he wants to take all of this, push it up, he could actually set up a nice flanking position here, forcing all of this armor to either fall back or attack one to then push up with the rest from here. Just a thought. And there goes the Grenadiers, but not support again. He should have the field gun and strictly support them. Air recon is going in, interesting enough, he decides to do that. Oh, and he's got 800 munitions, really definitely feel there. That's huge, huge miss by P-Money. I mean, he definitely could have done something there. Definitely could have done something there. I mean, easily could have used some, say, 4 Mother Rush or a lot of mines. Definitely did points with right there in P-Money. But there you go, H-35 is pushing up. He should use tracking instead of focus sight, to be honest. 2 KB1s now, really a large armored force here, and only several anti-tank field guns, a Tiger and his Stoogie. This is definitely going to be quite an armored fight. The question is, can P-Money wield his force correctly in a manner to deliver most damage? He seems to be going for sort of direct assault, rather slow though. Almost getting a field gun. There they go. Veteran G2 increasing the rate of fire, increasing barrage times or cooldowns. Need to get the other one. K1 in the fight. Pull this one back. Pull it back. Oh dear, lost it. Too slow. Too slow. Just a kill turn here for the armor. There we go. Target weak point on the S-35. S-35 down. Veteran G2 on the other field gun. Absolute slaughter here. P-Money tried to, well, pretty much brute force his way through. Did not quite succeed. He did not go full in. He just held back and just placed himself in the front of a large pack front here. Tiger tank now leading the charge here. Less to hold it back. S-6 in a position where he can't pull back. Blocked by some rather large trench works. Tiger didn't knock it out. Impressive. There we go though. Veterans one over here for the Tiger. They want them to escape. They should have fired their firing. He could blitz the Tiger or say pull up the Stoogie. I mean, it's not doing very much. Come on, Quicksilver. Send the Sturmgeschütz to the fight. There we go, excellent hit. And now pencil by machine gun. Really opening up into those Russians. Oh, good lord. Just an automatic now. H-5 trying to get a few more hits there. Bit of nasty action. Oh, Grenadiers almost wiped out. Stoogie on the move. Tank destroys, pointing in the right direction. Oh, misses. Oh. Pack 40 Guardian step, but K1 there moving ahead. A bit too late, I think we did have more with it early on, and there we go though, game over. P Money and the Rifle Corps falls back, and the face of the Kampfgruppe's stalwart defense, although it was pretty close at times here. Some rather initial mistakes by Quicksilver definitely gave P Money a lot of chances, but P Money I think failed in one department, which was sufficiently using his munitions and really laying down a lot of mines, making things harder for Quicksilver to get back in the fight. That was one mistake. Another one was using his assault guns like tanks. That rather cost him several SU-76s, which is not how you actually want to go about it. And then we even had this final stand here, which, again, trying to go head on. He could probably, instead gone for here and then have the KB1s flank in with a larger support force in, so basically try to sort of overwhelm quickly through force, having the assault guns, the tanks as support, catching say the Stuke E and maybe some field guns off guard, and then sort of hitting the side instead of just trying to get in here and getting caught in a rather narrow spot with a lot of anti-tank guns firing at you. It was overall not necessarily the most well executed attack right there by P Money, giving further Quicksilver their chance of stopping it. Overall though, nice play, some interesting commander usage. Rare to see sort of mechanized assault actually now being sort of more late game choice, but still it can actually work now thanks to Stuke actually being more worth it. It certainly did quite alright, although I feel he could have done a bit more with it maybe at times. Tiger certainly also did its share of the work. So to a certain extent did some of the K1s, but again they rather felt a bit wasted at times by P Money. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you're getting some ideas for yourself for your own games. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, or share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.